The Asian elephant Elephas maximus is one of the 3 remaining elephant species. The species is considered endangered, with between 25,600 and 30,750 left in the wild since 1986. The Asian elephant has been listed as endangered on the IUCN Red List. Elephants are megaherbivores and eat up to 150 kilograms per day, which includes approximately 112 different plant species. They are never far from a permanent source of fresh water, as they need 80 to 200 liters of water to bathe. Female elephants will move with their young elephants and will separate when they reach adolescence, while male elephants prefer to be alone or form temporary bachelor groups. There are several threats to the Asian elephant, especially the conflict between humans and elephants. This is caused by encroachment into elephant habitat and on elephant migration routes. Next is poaching for the purpose of taking its ivory and skin. In addition, Asian elephants are threatened because handling methods are used mainly in amusement parks and are trained to perform various stunts for tourists. Asian elephant conservation efforts are divided into 2 parts, namely in-situ and ex-situ. For in-situ historical conservation efforts are habitat research and conservation of elephant areas, such as Indo-Rompan National Park. The ongoing conservation efforts are habitat protection and resolving conflicts related to elephants. Next, for ex-situ historical conservation efforts are public education and elephant conservation centers, such as the Kuala Ganda National Elephant Conservation Center, for the ongoing conservation efforts of the Research Center and elephant breeding efforts. Success stories or challenges faced in Asian elephant conservation. Success stories are like the Kuala Ganda Elephant Sanctuary and the Elephant Electric Fence System, SPEG. As for challenges such as illegal hunting and trade, human-elephant conflict, ineffective habitat management, and limited resources and support. In-situ conservation involves protecting species within their natural habitat, like Asian elephants in the wild. Ex-situ conservation, on the other hand, involves maintaining and breeding species outside their natural habitat, such as in zoos or sanctuaries. When comparing these methods for Asian elephants Elephas maximus, consider factors like habitat preservation, genetic diversity, and the species' behavior and well-being. Both approaches play vital roles, with in-situ focusing on ecosystems and ex-situ addressing immediate threats and fostering research and education. Balancing these methods can enhance the overall conservation strategy for Asian elephants. So in-situ and ex-situ should be simultaneously to support Asian elephant conservation.
A number of technological advances and tools have been developed to help with both in-situ and ex-situ conservation. Satellite collars, drones, and remote sensors plays an increasingly important role in conservation efforts for Asian elephants. These can help to contribute valuable insights into the behavior and movements of these large mama LS, as well as identifying the most effective conservation strategies.
Corridors are like bridges. Their ability to connect places makes them invaluable. Wild animals, especially the larger ones like elephants, because the forest is isolated, the surplus population has nowhere to go. They are forced to move out into adjoining areas, very often where people live. This can lead to conflict. But if this fragment was connected by a corridor to an adjoining forest, animals can move between them and establish new populations.
Proposed corridor, a wide pathway, flanked by electric fencing, will protect fragile crops while allowing elephants and other wildlife to move freely through. Then planting native vegetation to restore riverside habitat to attract elephants and tree-dwelling species to the area. The long-term aim is to foster peaceful coexistence between wildlife and where humans live.
How technology can play an important role in the successful implementation of this strategy. In-situ conservation, remote sensing, GPS tracking, and digital record. Here a video how they use technology for conservation.
This is the satellite tracking collar. We found the best way to monitor and protect wild Asian elephants and identify poaching networks is through the use of this collar, which we've tested here at the zoo and overseas.
Use remote sensing technology to monitor the health of captive Asian elephants and to assess the suitability of habitats. Second, GPS tracking technology to monitor the movements of captive and wild Asian elephants. Digital record-keeping systems to manage data on the health, welfare, and population size of captive and wild Asian elephants. Ex-situ conservation, such as digital data record, can be used to keeping on the elephant's health, so we can know their condition and the effectiveness of conservation over time.